Back at the Smoky Day. Fire, about 20 miles away. Oh, there we got another one. Ah, just a dink. Just a little dink. Got one of size so far. If you come to Lake of the Woods, I just stocked them with more hard baits. So you can buy my hard baits here. Just a little dink. A lot of baby bass. A lot of baby bass. And we'll go to the other side and grab some smallmouths. I already caught 3. That little dink, a little bigger dink, and one of size. It was about 3/4 pound. Fun on an ultralight though. Very fun on an ultralight. All right, I was sticking around here so I can make sure that the baits I left by the back door get brought in. Pretty much all topwater. Hugging the dock here. That baby bass paint job I put on it. So considering all these baby bass here. This around at the smallmouth area. Oh, good morning, people. What we got? Robert and Richard. Hey, Richard. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I really do. I haven't seen you, Richard, in a while. So I've caught 3 already. I was just hanging around the dock to make sure. So I put an order at the back door. I just wanted to make sure that they would bring it in. So painted a 7. And I get my replacement rod tomorrow. So Friday I can go back to using my really big nose. So that'll be really fun. That will be really fun. And be a new kid. Had to come out on Tuesday because of my week is just filling up. And so I'll be out again, I think, Friday. of smoke in this area. Painted I think I started saying that, 7.5 inch in a black magic pattern yesterday. Boy, it came out real good. Love black magic patterns. There's a smallie here. Maybe I'll go top water instead of subsurface. My water temp, 72 degrees. It's pretty good first thing in the morning. Let's switch that out for top. Switch that out for top water. Put a bunch of topwater baits in the shop today. So, you guys want to fish topwater? Lake of the Woods has got you set up now. They don't usually do topwater baits, so I gave them some. I sold them some. Just a wobble slobber. Let's go with the spook. Spooks are fun to work. For some reason my boat's always attracted with this spook over here. Alright, put the spook on. Spook is a walking bait. This looks like a torpedo. And it does require practice, but when you start twitching it, it bounces, goes left, right, right, left, right, and back and forth, and it walks on top of the water. So, okay, take care, bud. Don't worry about it. Get many fish. Keep up. Don't give up. I never give up. We'll get some big ones with this spook. It's kind of a slow walk spook. This one you don't really work it real fast. You just sort of take your time on it. This one I painted is sort of a bleeding shad type of paint job on it. Walks really good if you just take your time on it. And it's got sort of a cup on its chin, so it splashes. So there's a good splash forward on it, like a popper. Not sure if this one's got a knock in it, but it doesn't really need it. Not when you're splashing, you really don't need a knock. It's really not going to get attractive as much as the splash does. And always work the shoreline up to the big bass spot. Making sure I don't hit a boat. Smallies love hugging shorelines. Here, love hugging the shoreline. So you just cast it right inches from the rock. Walk this bead across. I can give you a better angle, but then I won't see what you guys, then I won't see you guys. Oh my God, somebody wrote something, but I'm 56. I'll be 60 soon. Little kid, so did I. Me too. Forget to tell your friends. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Richard. Are you saying I'm fat? I am, but I've lost 37 pounds. Thinner. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. End of the year is my goal, to be down to 200 pounds again. A lot of smoke in the air. On this one? Yeah, it's not walking right. There, freed up. Nice rhythmic twitching on it. Just make it walk right on top of the water. A lot of people, I don't really sell a lot of spooks here because it's kind of an advanced lure, and people that come to this lake aren't usually in the advanced. So wake baits and whopper ploppers are usually what I sell to the lake. Somebody would try a straight retrieve on a spook. Won't get much. This is a walking bait. Go over here to Green Gazebo. Green Gazebo's always got fish. These little small flies hitting the surface right now. Just little dinks. Big bags. Baby bags. Yeah, things hiding into here. Work it lengthwise. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Green Gazebo. This is all a very, very rocky bottom. That's what the smallies like. catch too many largemouth over here. We'll get over there. I'll cut through that. I'm going to balance myself. Largemouth, small. Not small. That's what we got to do. I'd say that's a perfect cast. Oh, little small fry tried to jump up and get it. We don't want a dink. No dinks. I'm tired of dinks. We need bigots. Topwater fishing, favorite fishing. You get the show, and you get to go. Big rock right there. Let's see if anything's hiding in it. Goes a green gazebo and with that shoreline there. Good weather. Like mid-50s right now, weather-wise. So these are bifocals, so look. Bad day of fish. Oh yeah, definitely, Jose. I like using fishing rod. Can I get one? Oh, you like my fishing rod. This is a pretty nice rod. This is a Cajun rod, a trigger, 7.5 foot light. And then this is the Shimano Aldebaran BFS, which is, I had to save up for this reel. It was a $450 reel. And I had Cajun make me this rod. And it is the perfect pairing between these two. And I've got 2 more Cajuns down here in the Loomis. And coming up to the green gazebo, there's a bunch of vegetation right here, a little bit of cover underneath. And you usually catch some smallies over here. Hopefully of size. We get such a late spawn here in Oregon. This lake, this lake freezes over typically in the winter. And then it's like 75 degrees in the summer. So it's like, it's a bipolar lake. I always like to keep an eye on my topwater because I like the show. I like to see the blow up. So if I ignore you guys, it's because I'm completely captivated. Flipped up on the line. Something too about walking baits is that you will get it sort of flip up on the line as you're working it left and right. That happens a lot. Well, more than usual. I'm just working my pole. It's a very light setup. This whole setup's in about 8 ounces. So, with the reel and the rod. It's a hand-rolled carbon fiber rod. And for an American-made rod, they're affordable. $120 for a trigger. Cajun always stands by their product. Always. submerged log to my left. And so we're going to work our way over to that submerged log and see if we can't find a fish hiding underneath there. As we work this line here, right along the shoreline. Right along the shore. My cast is going within a few feet of shore. And just work it left and right. Pretty big weight for this rod, but it's right on the verge of its ability. I think that's 3/8 ounce. Try some lily pad fishing today too. Even professional fishermen have a hard time with lily pads. It is the most exciting but the most difficult form of fishing for bass. Very tricky. Requires self-control. Most bass fishermen do not have self-control. We just like to catch them, reel them in. And you can walk it straight or just do some pauses. And fish are opportunists. They like to, a lot of times they'll hit it on the drop, on the pause, stuff like that. I firmly believe if you stare it down, you'll catch one eventually. Works every time. Boy, I went through a ton of them. There's so many bugs in the air right now. On my way up here, I saw columns of insects. It's crazy. This is my favorite setup for rods. I'm gonna get 3 more down there, but this is my favorite setup. So I use this one a lot. All right, nothing here. You know what? I'm gonna go for a ride. And we're gonna go across the lake. What we're gonna do. And I think it's because we got, this is shaded right now. as this water will warm up later, this becomes more active. And then we're going to do the same thing over there, except there's bigger bass over there. So, see what he got. What's that? What lake? Lake of the Woods, Oregon. Lake of the Woods, Oregon. So, speak more. I'm about to bust. Speak more. I'm trying to speak more. Nobody ever asks me to speak for more. I am working at trying to catch. Well, that was smallmouth right there. We're going over to the largemouth area now. So we're definitely doing bass fishing today because that's pretty much the only kind of fishing I do. And every bait I fish with, I made. So I do custom baits, and I don't buy baits because why should I? Because I just make my own. And so we're going straight right there. And my speak more. I'm about to bust. I don't know what that means, but I'll try to speak more. The But Lake of the Woods is a natural lake. It's not a man-made lake. There's no dam here. It's just natural. There are 3 cold water springs that feed this lake and 2 creeks. And it's been here forever, natural lake. It was discovered back in the 1800s by Colonel Applegate. He's the one that traversed the Cascades. This is the Cascades here. We're in it. And over here is, let's see, up through the smoke. That's Mount McLaughlin. Looks prettier without smoke. These are volcanoes, by the way. Over here is Mount Brown, also a volcano. It blew up on the other side. And that one blew up on the right side. And I live in a very, very, very volcanic area. This is Klamath Falls, Oregon. The lake is technically in Klamath Falls, the town I live in, although it's a 30-mile jaunt. And we share zip codes. Like I said, this water gets very cold in the winter. It freezes. And just went past the drop-off, so we're only at 33 feet right now. And this lake has 9 species in it. I target largemouth, smallmouth. Although sometimes I did bring some crappie stuff because I wanted to do some crappie fishing today. And has a lot of perks. People come here for trout. All the trout here are stocked. The biggest fish I ever caught in this lake was 9 pounds, and that was a German brown trout. That was the biggest fish I ever caught in this lake. Oh, well, bass are clever fish. They are, there's a bunch of trout. See my fish finder? That's a bunch of trout down there at 30 feet. That's trout. And the trout, they go deep when the water warms up because they're cold water fish. So if you want to fish for trout, basically you do a sinker and a 5-foot leader with some power bait and catch them all day. But it's boring. I like working my bait. And so that's a Garmin 7, Striker 7, and it's got side imaging. Right now, I'm just sort of keeping an eye on where the fish are right now as we go over the deep part. The deeper parts. This isn't the deepest part. But you can see the trout. They're hanging out between 30 and 35 feet. So that's what we're seeing. They stock this lake like crazy in the spring. And again, trout do not breed in this lake. They don't breed in this lake. And so these are all holdovers and stock fish. So, but the German browns are huge. Like I was telling you, it was a 27-inch 9-pounder. And they feed off of these guys. They'll eat them. And some of those are what they call trophy size, like 17 inchers. And most of them are in the 10, 12 incher category. But you can see some bigger ones down there. So mixed in with the smaller ones. And if I threw a setup down there, I'd catch them. But like I said, trout are stupid. Bass have instinctive memories. So as soon as they get caught, their memory logs what they got hit on. And so you can't catch the same bass twice the same way. So you have to change up presentation and baits or colors, and in order to catch bass. And that's what makes bass fishing so challenging. So we're going to use my BFS rod over here in my big bass area. Now, if I catch one on this rod, which I'll catch something, but if I catch a 3 or 4 pounder on it, it'll take a while to reel in. It's a 6-pound test and a 4-pound drag, so it's going to pull it out pretty quick. I just have to chase it. Sometimes I have to chase it with the boat because BFS have very shallow reels, so you gotta be very aware how much line you got left. So now we're coming up to the drop off again. So you see the bottom coming up. Good. I'm glad you did. I hope everybody learned something new. So you can see the bottom coming up. The yellow is the bottom of the lake, and we're going to head over to about a 10-foot depth and tall vegetation. This is vegetation right here, but you're going to see when we get in 10 feet, we're going to have about 6 or 7 foot vegetation. So it's going to be like a forest down there. Largemouth bass love hiding in forests. They're ambush predators. So they'll be down into the thickets and come up and hit their prey. That's what we're going to do. So as we get more shallow, the water gets warmer. And see, there's our water temp, 72.25 degrees. That's our speed right there. And so there's a bush right there, down there. So we're going to get into a heavy vegetation here pretty soon. Again, we're just sort of traveling across the lake here. I have a trolling motor, so I only got it on 3, but we got absolutely no current, so practically. So we're going 2.3 miles an hour. My motor can only push this boat about 3.9 miles an hour. Unless I get a good tailwind, I can hit 4. But I'm a firm believer that if you're in a rush, you're just fishing wrong. See, over here also there's some lily pads too that we can fish if indeed we're not doing well on the forest. So we're about 100 yards away from my spot. It's an offshore spot. But you can start to see some more vegetation appear on the fish finder. To be honest, I know this lake so well, I don't really need the fish finder to tell me more than just water tip. And even this time of year, you're going to be 72, 76 degrees throughout the day. So, see, now we're starting to see vegetation. See some bass? These are just baby bass right here. There's just baby bass. So now we're in to, you can see the vegetation in the water. See how tall it is? And see the fish finder? So we got 10 feet and we got about 7 feet of vegetation. So now there are bass in there, a lot of baby bass, but we want bigger ones. So we're going to use the spook. I'm going to try to draw some up. And really just take your time. There's really no rush. Again, if you're in a rush, you're not fishing right. And you really want to work those tall weeds. I do have baits that'll swim through the tall weeds too. So let's put you back. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. All right. So let's see if we can get a topwater hit for you. Right back here, and we're just walking it. See how the bait's just moving back and forth? It's just working back and forth. You can just relax and let it do its job. When I teach people how to fish bass, I always learn the bait. The bait has a personality, and it will not conform to your personality, but you have to conform to it. So you have to learn a bait, what it wants to do at what speed. You just gotta let the bait do its job. I like to work the entire clock. You know, you cast at 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Do a full circle on the radius before I move it another 50 feet and overlap my area. I like using fluorocarbon. This is a P-line tactical. It's about as good as it gets, very expensive. Fluorocarbon has the same refraction as water, so in the water, the line is completely invisible to fish, or even to us, because it just has the same refraction of light as water does. So it disappears. It holds a good knot. It has almost no stretch to it. So when you set the hook, you can keep the hook in the mouth of the fish better. Mono is inexpensive, but it's stretchy, and it's not invisible in the water. Oh, man, a little baby dink in it. Okay, there's just a little guy. Yeah, just a little guy. That's a largemouth, although he ain't living up to his name right now because he's little. This little baby. Give him a kiss, put him back. At the end of the day, I kiss a lot of fish. That's wound up there. Little bass, a little bass. You wonder what they're thinking. I mean, the bait's just a little bit smaller than the bass. He ain't gonna be able to eat this thing. they just hit it out of instinct, you know. That's why I put a bigger bait on here. I'm hoping to catch something rather large over here. There's a bunch of crappie underneath us. Crappie fishing's fun. It's perfect for light tackle. Just put a little jig on there, a little power bait maybe, a little plastic, whatever. It's fun. You just keep pulling them up. This lake's full of yellow perch too. If you fish a foot off the bottom, you catch yellow perch like crazy. We have a fishing derby in this lake in September just to get rid of the perch. People catch 100 to 150 during the derby. I run the derby. It's kind of fun. I try to give prizes to the ugliest fish, the smallest fish, the biggest fish, the most fish. Sometimes you get some funky fish. We might move over another 50 feet. He's kind of drifted away from the forest. All right, let's go. Let's just move a little bit. When you do topwater too, be very aware of birds. We have bald eagles and osprey here, and if they spot my topwater, they'll dive down onto it. So you don't want to catch a bird. I've caught birds. I hate catching birds because they're not very nice. Once you get them in the boat and you're trying to de-hook them. All right, let's try it over here. Maybe back in a good spot. Little baby bass blew up on it twice. Just a little baby bass blew up on it twice. You probably heard the splash. Little guy. You want big guys. Come on. I have my frogging rod set up for the lily pads over there, so we might go over there in a little bit. Well, we will go over there in a little bit, and we'll do some hollow body fishing. Like I said, it's the hardest fishing. It is not easy. Even a lot of pros have a problem with it, but it's highly rewarding. I do have a nice big net in here. And no, I don't keep my fish. I catch and release my fish. The only ones I keep are the ones I damage. So sometimes you get a hook through their eye or something. Not too often, because I'm pretty good at removing hooks. You can usually get a fish back in the water. Bass are extremely hardy fish, so you really don't need to worry about the length of time out of the water with a bass. If you catch a trout, these are all farm trouts. They shock real easy. And that's what I have a live well for. I've got a live well for, I bet, for trout but they're not going to be this shallow. Like I see, you saw them at 30 feet, so the trout are plentiful, just deep. The way you catch trout, too, is really simple. Use a slide weight or a water bobber and fill that bubble bobber all the way up with water. Remove all the air from it. Add a barrel swivel and 5 feet of leader. Put some power bait on it and just toss it out there. Let it sink. Water bobbers have fairly neutral buoyancy, and it'll make the bait sort of swim and give it slack. Let the fish take it. Do not keep a tight line on the bait. So give it slack and let the fish just swallow it. That's what you want to do, and you'll catch your limit. Everybody catches. You can catch 50 in a day if you want, especially if you're two poling it. And basically, you just toss it out there and read a book. They see, like this bait, it requires technique. In fact, the spook and a soft body are the most, they require the most skill to work. But poppers, whopper ploppers, wake baits, real simple for beginners. Little one popped up. Really want a bigger fish. This bait is perfect for a bigger fish. We just, want a big fish on my light rod. That's what I want. Just little guys are popping up on it. Alright, we're going to move over a little bit more. Sort of just making our ways to the lily pads, So. Now with lily pad fishing, you don't use fluorocarbon. You use braid, and braid is because when the fish hits it, you got to let them die, and they'll tangle themselves up in the lily pad, all the vegetation. Braid can cut the vegetation, and also, you put 30 pound on it, so you can just rip them out of the vegetation. A lot of times, you'll get a 2 pound fish, and you'll get 2 pounds of, grass. And all these small fries are breaking surface. real important too. If you're going to work a spook, have very light equipment, or else your wrist is just going to die on you. It's a lot of wrist action. You really don't want a heavy rod when you're working a walk-in bait. It just would, I mean, your next day you'll have carpal tunnel syndrome. That's why a carbon fiber rod is really nice, because there's some good light graphite, composite rods out there. So, but light and sensitive, that's what you want. Good backbone too. Backbone's the stiff portion of the rod. That keeps the hook in the fish. That keeps the hook in the fish. We call that the power of the rod. So when you buy a rod, they'll be categorized as light, medium, heavy, heavy, extra heavy, etc., etc. That's the backbone. And that's the power of the rod. Typically for a one, sort of an all-around rod, medium or a medium light, or just a nice all-around rod. We're almost to the lily pads, but let's see if anything's out here. Break out the frogging rod. Frogging rod's got more drag to it, heavier line, stiffer rod by far. It is the action, you got sort of your medium. This is a medium heavy, but it's more of a extremely fast. So its backbone goes farther up on it. So we're going to go right over here to these lily pads right here. It's more of a duckweed, and sometimes I can pull a 1 or 2 pounder out of here. We're going to go. Now we're going to switch rods. My wife always asks me, why do you have so many rods? I go, different techniques, different environments. Now I use a Toad Thumper brand. It's the only ones that I don't make. Okay. Toad Thumper brand hollow body. They mold their hooks into the body itself, so you can actually run your finger over that and not catch yourself. And the plastic is really, really perfectly it's perfect. So it has a higher hookup right now. When you walk these things on top of the lily pads. Oh, big blow up. Big blow up. All right, we got one. Oh, come on. Come on. Where are you? Oh, I lost him. Dang. Oh, no, I got him still. No, I lost him. Dang it. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. Usually when they bite, they take on water. Dang it. He dove on me. You gotta get him back up on top, too. All right. That was a big one. That was a good 2-3 pounder. Damn, how did I lose him? He dove, then he surfaced again. I think that's when he spit out the bait. Dang it. It's the hardest form of bass fishing, guys. It just is. Because you're just working. You're just working. That's the Boy Scouts. In a hostile environment is what you're doing. have been a fun one to pull into the boat. He broke surface twice on me, and then I think that's when he spit out the hook. He fooled me though. He was swimming towards me. I thought I lost him, and then when he broke surface, he spit out the bait. These big bass, they're that big for a reason. They're smart. So now it would be smart for me to switch my colors on my frog. Because I told you they have instinctive memories. So let's switch it out. Let's go. I want to go to a black one. I have a lot of toad bumpers. So when you get one, remember, they remember. You're not going to catch the same bass. You're not going to hook them twice the same. So now, this is a walking frog, just a different color. So now it's black and chartreuse. That's what this one is. So we'll see if we can fool them. And one thing about a blow up, do not set the hook right away. Do not. You gotta wait a half a second in order to really pull that hook into its big old giant bucket mouth. And that's a bucket mouth that we just hooked. Lost him. Let's see. Something over there. Oh, that was a perfect cast, Mike. Pause it. See if they'll come up to it. That's why you have really strong line, because he dove on me and I was just pulling up. He was creating a slack on the line by wrapping it around the stems of the duckweed. They're smart. Bass are smart. They're not your typical fish. That was the one that got away, right there. I know you didn't see it because you're facing me. I got a bald eagle above me. You got to keep an eye on these eagles. He flew right by. He likes fish. He don't like frogs. Keep one eye up, one eye down. Now there's another bait I could throw on this that I made. It's a swim bait. We might try it because I really want. I know he's down there now, but he's smart. But I'm going to try to outsmart him, and that's the fun of bass fishing. All right, we're going to switch this up. I'm going to take the frog off. I'm going to show you a trick on a swim bait. There. So I make these. and a 6-inch swim. But in order to make this, where it won't get tangled up, you got to skin hook it. Put the tip of the hook into the body of the bait. Just drop the hand for a second, just because I'm drifting. Okay, and you really don't want to, these are beast hooks. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk this on top, but then all the little gaps, I'm going to let it sink in between the gaps. You might hit it while it's walking, but more than likely you hit it when it swims down. That's kind of what we want to do. We want to bring it there, then a gap, and just let it swim down. You want it to drop in between the weeds. Skin hook this one a little bit too long, too much. Come on, touch weeds. Yeah, this one's skin hooking like I, because I use it a lot. All right, we're going to go to use that much. The black one. This one's skin hook. Yeah, this one's skin hook. I still want to catch something on this one. Okay, this is my skeleton one. And when I painted this, I was just having fun. I figured, oh, it'd be kind of cool to catch one that looks like a skeleton. I think it'd be cool. Maybe they won't hit it because they don't think it's got much meat. It's all bone. But it's a really beautiful opaline green with a lot of really cool colors in it. I put red underneath it, and well, it's just beautiful bait, actually. All right, I don't use this so much because I just painted it. So I'm going to record this because it might work. You get the butt sort of stuck in your gut here, so if he hits it, you got some leverage to pull that hook in. This is an 8/0 hook. This is a huge hook. Sure looks good in the water. Sure does. Like pulling the trigger on that weight. See? Swim. Real slow. And listen. Let me hear Papa's, blows. They're over there, these little dinks. Kind of a bummer. Missed it. I missed it. I lost it. I apologize, guys. I lost that guy. Fisher. All right. Well, let's have to go to another spot. Yeah. Really would have loved to pull that guy in. You guys would have loved to watch me pull that guy in. Sometimes you only get one shot, at a fish like that. I've caught 4. Yeah, that big guy just got away. Yeah, sometimes it happens. I had the hook in him. That's what's so crazy. And then he swam towards me. I almost felt like he spit out the hook, but he didn't. He popped up and broke surface again. And when he broke surface, that's when the slack that I let him have, because I thought he was off hook, he spit out the bait. And that's how I lost him. I should have stayed. If I would have stayed on him, I would have kept him. But he fooled me. And I've had fish do that. I've had fish fool me. And it's very frustrating. I had one hibernate, or actually he dove, and I thought I was snagged on a log or something like that. And a little weight bait on my medium. Anyway, I was chasing him down in my boat, and he just, I felt him though, and I knew I still had him, and I was able to land that guy. But he was smart, man. He played possum after he ran. It's kind of what that guy did. Played possum. And it fooled me. Don't give up on the fish until you see an empty hook. This is a 6 to 1, I think. 6 or 7 to 1 ratio. So you'll see me turn the handle more than you would on my other rods, because my Aldebaran's a 9 to 1 ratio. I don't think this is called the Boy Scout camp anymore, because Boy Scouts don't exist anymore. You renamed the camp something else. Because girls can join. Crazy, huh? Girls get Girl Scouts. You've heard me rant about that. There's a lot of cover over here. It's funny, people say you always catch big bass on the side of the lake. Well, you don't always. But they can hide out over here. Go back over the vegetation. Nice thing about doing topwater too, you don't have to worry about snags. Unless you pull it over a bunch of duckweed. Oh, little guy hit it. Little guy hit it. Come on in, come on in. Oh, here we go. You're not a bucket mouth, but he's not a dink. He's about 1/3 of a pound. Pull the hooks off. There you go. Give them a little kiss and let them grow up. That's the way it works. Now, if people do keep fish, you know, bass, I always encourage them, if you keep bass, keep the 1 and 2 pounders out of the lake. You're allowed 5. And that'll thin out the population of size. Dinks are fodder, and then the bigger ones, they get bigger, so it becomes more sporty. Keep the 1 and 2 pounders. And bass does taste really good. Just FYI. Bass are delicious. Really light, white, flaky. Good stuff. And the trick to wake baits, the speed of retrieve is when you get the wake. When you get the wake, a nice V, like a little boat going through the water. Don't try to make it go faster than that. Just create that wake and bring it in to you. Again, every bait has a way it wants to be worked. So, obey the bait. Watch out for ospreys and eagles and stuff. It's a beautiful lake. Lots of life. Lots and lots of life. This is 12-pound flora on this rod. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my walking bait. Give these fish a little something different to look at. This is a 6-pound test, so I really don't want these guys to dive on this. There's so much wood under here that they'll break my line. I only have a 4-pound drag on this though, so this is what we call a finesse rod. call Finesse. Let's get that door There's a lot of life out here offshore, and even though we got good cover here, again, I told you this is a high, 6 feet of vegetation and 9 feet of water, and you can catch some really good sized bass out here offshore. I use gamakatsu hooks on my baits. I find gamakatsus are my favorite bait or hook. Saw a wake. Tons of baby bass breaking surface right now. The lake is just boiling with baby bass. Oh, there we go. We got one. Another little guy. Another little guy. I don't know what they're thinking about. They go for a bait almost as big as they are. But yeah, the lake is just popping with all these baby bass right now. Just a ton of them right now. I can kiss him. He actually had a decent blow up for a little guy. Nice thing about coming out to the lake during the week, it's quiet. Very few boats. So you get the lake to yourself. That's nice. Lake's boiling with baby bass. probably excites other fishermen, but try a whopper plopper. Try a whopper plopper. That's been working pretty good lately. Whopper ploppers. About the easiest bait to fish with. Switch this out for a whopper plopper. Whopper ploppers. Whopper plopper. Whopper plopper. Another bleeding shad. See what you guys are saying. I'm ignoring you lately. I'm sorry. One more time with the same hook. Come to Chesapeake Bay, Maryland. We always have a bite going. There's bites going on here. I just got to get, you know, part of the morning is trying to figure it out. Now, I don't use whopper ploppers an awful lot because I feel kind of guilty because it is the easiest bait in the world to fish with. And it's like a children's toy. She's got a little motorboat. Requires very little technique. Just reel it in to activate the prop. And wait for the hit. Kind of makes you feel a little guilty. It's just too easy, right? But they work. There's a deer at the camp, Boy Scout camp right there. Probably helping itself to the kids' breakfasts and snacks. Tons of raccoons around here. It does make you feel a little guilty when you catch something on a whopper plopper. This is like a children's toy, you know? Oh, there we go. We got one. Kind of, it's a little guy. Oh, he came off. Did he come off? He came off. He came off. Punk. Wasn't very good. Trying erratic retrieve. See if we get somebody's attention. All right. Go back to my medium. Take you off. I'm gonna go with soft bait. Swimbait. My glasses are bifocals. It's the only way I can read what you guys are saying. Oh yeah. Do I even have anybody watching anymore? Probably not. Is that right? I talk to myself all the time. It's good for me. Topwater. Perfect. Okay, there's another one I made. Soft. I'm going to have to take you off and replace you. So this is a 3¼ inch and swim bait, shad shape, yes, looks like a fish. And I do paint these, and I didn't on this one. This is that pearl. There we go. And that little guy's gonna look like just a flailing fish inside the water. And skin hook it. I can swim him through any vegetation, any kind of debris I want. Which is awesome. About 3/8 of an ounce total weight. It's a very slow sink. So let it sink, let it swim down like that. And just really slow retrieve. Remember, this is a fast or slow gear ratio, so it looks fast, but it's not. Couple twitches, let it change direction. Baby bass following it up, wondering, what are you? Try a little faster retrieve, see if we can get it better. Now this is a 3/0 hook on this. This is probably a 4/0. It looked a little long. I use 3/0 on this bait usually. Just gonna let it sink. I'm gonna swim it through the weeds. This bait will get the attention of the yellow perch. Yellow perch vibrate when they hit. They ignore it. They can't bite this hook. Scared. There's a spot right here. This tree is like 90 feet long. It's a trim tree down in the water. It's like 1 pound long. That's its root base right there. And there's some big ones underneath there. Oh, we got one. We got one. He bit it underneath. Oh, we lost him right there. That was about a 1 pounder too. Dang it. No, we had him. He just fell off right at the boat. I should have used the net. God, he hit soft. He hit real soft. Sorry, guys. The channel is called Terrible at Fishing. I do land them. Didn't even feel them on it until I lifted it. God, there's a ton of baby bass here. Let me just follow this thing. Look at them. There's like 15 of them right there. Right within eyesight, right there, right under my boat. Little bass. too much. This tree is, like I said, 90 feet long. I like to run the length of it. It's like the nursery. Mother duck with 2, 4, 6, 7 babies. I can't. All right, let's move. Can't wait to get thinner. Okay. Tired of looking down at my belly. It's getting worse, I think. Oh, there we go. got something. Didn't feel big though. Just a little guy. He's not on it. He did not feel big. Did not feel big. Sometimes they just sort of test bite those baby backs. You guys can see it blow up. There it is. Probably flopper flopper in the next spot. Spot. Let's see if we can catch anything here. Oh, little guy got it right at the boat. Tired of you little dinks. You got all three trebles in your mouth. You just went for it, didn't you? All right. Tired of you little dinks. So we're not going to go back to my trout. Soft plastic. Can't see anything on this thing. Polarized glasses. Can't see anything. I keep forgetting I bring drinks. I get so enthralled with fishing. I forget to hydrate myself. Facing me. Man, the smoke's getting pretty thick. You really see the other side of the lake. In fact, you can't. It's not that big of a lake. Something. Okay. Almost did it. Over here we'll catch bass, but I don't know how big. I'm going to work smallmouth along the shoreline, and that now that the sun is starting to hit it. Go back up to my walking bait. I like working walking baits. That's what we're doing. Rod's not the backbone. These rod holders, I didn't put it on. 10 rod holders on this boat. Okay, this is more largemouth in this area, but a little closer. Walk it. Get closer to shore for the smallie stuff. It's largemouth, but it's just popping up. Baby girl. Ignore you guys. In this area. There we go. There we go. Oh, missed him. Missed him. Get him back. We talked about it. Oh, there we go. We got him. We got him again. Little smallmouth. Largemouth. What are you doing over here? There you go. A little lower. Another little largemouth. One barb at a time. Come on out. Oh man, that really fit in there. There we go. There we go. Okay. With this, off you go. No hard feelings. catching. Taste it. Something bigger. Put a popper on. Let's see what we can do. They're here. Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
It's been a good morning. It's a lot of bass.
Yeah. Have you ever fished that bank over there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's usually where the big ones are. I see a lot of little guys.
This side of the lake is smallmouth bass.
Yeah, tiny ones.
That side of the lake is largemouth bass. So it's just a matter of what you want to catch.
Smallmouth. Yeah.
What's that?
Like, are they better eating smallmouth bass?
Smallmouth bass are better fighters.
Better fighters.
Oh yeah.
Are you just catching and releasing?
Yeah, I catch and release. Unless I damage them.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
actually got one out of the lake the other day with
a lot of baby bass in the lake right now. That's what you're seeing jumping out of the water. Yeah, they're just boiling right now. But you got some pretty decent sized smallies over here. So, and they're hitting topwater, so. Yes. Wow. Yeah, the trout don't breed in this lake though. So they just stock it. Yeah. All these trout are farmed. And they're about 35 feet down right now. This water's real warm. We're at 73 degrees right now in the water. So let's see if they hit a popper. Yeah, the south end has good catfishing. It's real muddy down there. Oh, good bullfrogs down at the south end. Oh, there we go. Oh, missed them. Well, it just agitates the top. I mean, I paint all my baits. These are all my baits. Yeah, and so this one I painted it sort of I call it my zombie style. Yeah, it's sort of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And bass, they don't see blue, so they see blue as silver. So if I do a blue bait, they actually see it as a different color. Well, this time of year, they're hitting the topwater, and they like those pauses. These are, like I said, these are all smallies over here. There's no, this all rocky bottom. The largemouth likes vegetation. Yeah, and then up there, you know, in the cove there is a bunch of small ones.
My dad used to water ski over there. Don't fall in the seaweed.
I did miss a big one earlier, and kind of regret that one. He fooled me. It was a largemouth, and he blew up on my bait, but then he swam towards me, and I thought my hook came out of his mouth. And then he jumped out of the water again, and he was able to spit my hook out. Yeah, he was smarter than me.
Well, they have fishing competitions here, but they plant it first.
No, I do the fishing tournaments here, and I run them. And our next one is going to be our derby. And yeah, we don't plant. I mean, right now there's no planting. The water's too warm. Huh? Well, they did up until the water gets warm. And then the water gets too warm to put the trout in. They just die. But our next one is in September, and that's our derby. And that's like most perch, biggest trouts, stuff like that. And then I'll put prizes for ugliest fish, smallest fish, stuff like that. Yeah, I give away a lot of prizes. I always want the kids to catch something and to get something.
Growing up here, my brothers were always avid. I was fishing. But this one gets a little frustrating.
Well, this time of year, the bass are hitting pretty good, so I love bass fishing. They're smart.
You're not bored.
Yeah. Yeah. They can.
Yeah, like this little size.
Yep.
They would like
I got a whole family.
I had my husband bringing me duck food because I don't like when people feed them junk.
Oh, they know you. Look at you. Look at you. You're like their buddy. Look at that.
Like, what are you going to feed my babies today?
Exactly. Yeah, they know you. Come on. I live at Klamath.
Oh, you live in Clement?
Yeah, I fish this lake about 40 hours a week, though.
Oh my goodness. You've got it down to a science.
I do.
Telling you what to do.
Yeah, I know how to fish this lake pretty good. My end of day is usually about 30 to 50.
Really?
Yeah. That's about what, give or take. These smallies like to hug the shoreline. People think I'm nuts for casting right in front of them and then I catch something.
I don't, because they're jumping like this.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. I always tell tell people, it says, just get on a floaty. get out here and cast towards the shore.
Yeah.
But don't do it bank fishing is a little harder. It doesn't it doesn't work the natural traveled path of the prey.
Right. My son, though, when he was young,
Oh, there we go. Ah,
that
how
was
did I lose him again?
they're getting smart. Maybe they know you.
Maybe.
My son would just come down here with a line and a worm and a hook. Just he didn't even have his pole and he was catching them. But I think he was catching them small.
Smallies are fun to catch. I like crappie fishing too.
Oh,
This lake's got good
they're
crappie.
teasing you.
I know they are. I know.
I love the lake at this time of morning.
Yeah, me too. And
Up at 6:30 in the morning.
I just love this lake.
My son went to Klamath yesterday because he loves the train.
Good.
So he went over for a train and jet trip yesterday.
Where is it?
So are there still catfishing?
Yeah, yeah. Like
They're more that way.
yeah, you go to the south end, they're in the mud. You can see them.
Yeah. Those things are kind of prehistoric looking.
Yeah, they're not very big though. So, we're not. We ain't back east. There it is. I knew I had it. I'm gonna give him a curveball here. I call this my eggplant bait. It looks like an eggplant. Don't ask me why it works so good. It just does.
Oh wow, there's a big one just jumped over there.
Yep. What we doing? Is this all your guys' toys?
Yes. I have, well, over the weekend I had quite a crew. But they're all heading back up now. They all went home. It was like, I got a whole day to myself. They're going to come back up.
Baby bass are getting along. Poor kid, he's already snagged himself. Go around the other side. There we go. There we go. Little guy. Little guy. He's a little guy. Gotta give him a kiss. Gotta give him a kiss. You gonna get it for me? Thanks. I always try to get it about 10 inches from shore, and that went about 10 inches too far. Yeah. Well, over here, I was surprised that was a largemouth. These are all smallmouths usually. You see it? Looks like an eggplant. I call it my eggplant lure. I know. I painted it, and then it's like, and it works. So I don't know why the eggplant works, but it does. It's like they almost like what my mama liked. She loved eggplants.
Can't argue with success.
No, you really can't. Every year it's a little bit different. You see it? It's green and yellow, gold. See? I went a little too far on that. Sometimes that happens. Oh, it's right. Yeah, you went the hard way, I think.
Try not to.
Get your feet wet. Water's 73 degrees.
Yeah.
It's like bath water right now. That's why the bass are hitting so well. It looks like an eggplant. Yeah, I use gamakatsu hooks. They're pretty good hooks.
I'm surprised something that big, those little fish will hit it.
I have 8-inch baits in this boat, and you'd be surprised little fish hit those. But I have 10-aught hooks on some of them, and they can't get their mouth around it. But I have a new heavy rod coming tomorrow, so Friday I'll be fishing my big baits. But today we're going sort of medium to small. But this is a finesse rod, so. But yeah, that little thing right there, it's got really good reflection in the water. I painted it with a color shifting paint, and then it's got a holographic foil in the middle of it.
Oh, wow.
So it really does reflect light really well.
Yeah.
And this year it just seems to be the magic bait. I don't know, it looks like an eggplant though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know what to call it. So thank you very much, sir.
Yep,
I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, no, you don't want to lose something if it's working.
Oh no, I would have gone up and grabbed it. Yeah, you guys, it's just a beautiful morning.
So nice. Hey, do you know where the fire's at?
Oh, about 25 miles that way.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not in any danger. It's just that it comes over the Cascades and gets sort of trapped here.
Are they north?
Yeah, northwest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by oh, you have a line in.
I've got a line in.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, all good.
But yeah, they what is it? I forgot what it's called. Creek something fire.
Okay.
So they're getting it under control. It's been going on for over a week.
Yeah, I was reading about like 11,000. It was 11,000.
Yeah. So yeah, we're in no danger.
I'm just.
Try Topwater. You got a popper or something like that?
Do what?
You have a popper or some kind of topwater lure?
No.
Because they're hitting topwater pretty good too. Although you can't really just throw it out there and forget about it. You got to sort of work it.
Yeah. I was having a morning tea and just wanted something I could forget about.
All right, yeah. Yeah, there might be a fish there.
Yeah.
I always tell my students is like, it's not a bad cast unless you don't catch nothing. So always work it. I mean, even a bad cast can hit a fish.
We're hungry.
Take care, guys.
All right, take it easy, man.
forget I'm even broadcasting. Sorry, guys. Talking to people sitting on the shore. Sorry. I'm not even talking to you guys. How rude. Forgot I was even online. Down. Oh yeah, there you are. Dude. I know, I'm just ignoring you guys. Oh yeah. Sing. Oh, I haven't missed anything. You guys are saying. Yeah. Just catching small ones today right now. There's two trees that are falling. My goodness, they gotta cut those down. Small ones. I like a pot of smallie today, just all large ones. There's a smallmouth, a baby one though. it's only got me one dink. I like top. You know, this bait just seems to have a little magic this year. That's what you're working out. There we go. That's what I wanted. Popper with a feather on the back. Elongates it, but adds no weight, and I could still use it on my Finesse. Hopefully, nothing but dinks and ducks. Hi, ducks. Dinks and ducks. Girl mallard. A flock of girl mallards. All right. Back to Topwater. Oh, already had a reaction. There we go, we got one. Topwater's the trick today. Oh, he came off. What are you coming off for? It's like 3 today I've lost on hook. These are new hooks. Although the feather hook's a VMC hook, it's not a gamakatsu. Front is a gamakatsu, the back is a VMC hook. I gotta learn how to tie feathers. Just use gamakatsu 100% of the time. now. What the heck is that? Rope. Somebody's rope is out here. This fouls up engines. finally caught a smallmouth. I don't know what. It's a smallmouth, but it's a smallmouth. Okay. I got it. They do fight better than the largemouths by far. By far. They will definitely win at a big wrestling championship. Oh, guys, we're gonna stop. I know I've been not entertaining, but